What I did when a house guest made my partner cry on his birthday. This was years ago, and when I think about it, I actually feel like I showed a lot of restraint in my reaction. Maybe, you tell me. So years ago, my partner was about to turn 25. We were living about 1.5 hours from each other at the time, as he was enrolled in an undergraduate program at the time. Tiny bit of backstory. We met in high school when I joined his D&D group. He was usually DM 4. He was Slash is an amazing DM, and he's incredibly dedicated, homebrew champion. So he usually runs the games people want to play, and doesn't often get a chance to be a player himself. When he does get the chance, he's often privately a little disappointed because the games are rarely as robust or well-guided as the ones he puts together. It's just one of those things. C'est la vie. He's private in general and very sweet-natured to people, so he would never vocalize that to anyone but me, but I know he always is looking for that special group/dynamic. Anyway, so when he was in school, he joined a D&D group up there that met once a week. And it was awesome. The DM was really great, and my partner was so excited about telling me about the campaign every time I'd pick him up for weekends together. Life was good for my guy, and I was really happy for him. So his birthday rolls around, and we decided since he'd be coming home for the weekend to host his D&D group at my place for Friday night. That way they could play and not interrupt their schedule. We made a little party out of it, and I baked some key lime cupcakes for everyone. They took breaks, and we all hung out a little bit. I noticed over the course of the evening that one guy, I'll call him Red, sure did seem to point out my partner's age frequently. The group was all guys 20 to 22 years old, and my partner had just turned 25. I thought, asshole, but I kept quiet because my partner hates scenes or confrontations, and it was his birthday, so I definitely wasn't going to escalate if I didn't have to. I went to bed when they began playing again, about 10:30 p.m. I wake up at around 1 a.m. when my partner comes to bed and just kind of snuggle up as the big spoon, which I normally am. I hear him sniffling and breathing weird, so I realize he's crying. I ask what's wrong, what happened, and he's like, nothing. So I'm like, oh sweetheart, and he starts crying harder and is like, I just kind of regret inviting everyone here. I was having fun, but it turned into a weird PEPA measuring thing, and Red made even nastier jokes about me being a transfer student after you left, and I feel like shit. Why did I think this was a good idea? I was seeing red. I comforted him and tried to play it cool. I held him and let him cry, and TBH, that plus the drinks helped in getting him to calm down and go to sleep quickly. I decided I needed to sleep on it and see if I still felt the need to be all Amelie about it in the morning. So I slept. When I woke, I used the bathroom, walked out and saw this pig on the sofa asleep with his beer cans. He was the only one drinking Heinekens from last night all over my living room, and I was like, yeah, no, I still feel like revenge is necessary. You come into my home as my guest and make my boyfriend cry? You get some kind of revenge. While the guests slept, I went to the kitchen, grabbed my powdered cayenne pepper seasoning, and covered his discarded clothes with cayenne powder. I also doused his sandals. Then, and maybe this was a step too far, but I don't think I'd do it again for what it's worth, I shook it onto his hair. We all went out to breakfast, and he was scratching his feet and head the whole time. I still kinda wish I could have publicly embarrassed him like he did my partner, but I couldn't think of a way to do that without further embarrassing my partner. It still makes so angry when I think about